Here we are. So, welcome to another edition of Blast Bites. Today I have a running buddy of mine, Hazel Darwin-Clements. I've known Hazel for, I'm not sure, a couple of years now, Hazel, through our joint running club. And we've not actually run that many times together, but we're just part of the same running club and we're part of the same WhatsApp chat and all of that sort of thing. And Hazel's been an inspiration to me over the last over lockdown and such. So she's your face where you have Hazel. Just whenever the club puts out a challenge, you just seem to rise to it, and it's amazing. Even with two kiddies and out in tow, you managed to get to all these different races, virtual races, I should say. But you've been a real inspiration to me to get the miles in. So thank you for say that again.
I love a challenge.
You love a challenge. So how long have you been running, Hazel?
Not very long at all. So I had never run in my life. I hated all sport until I was over the age of 30. And I guess I would have started running about maybe age 32, 33. I would have done a sort of delighted to get a 5K. That was my goal at too many ages, and so I'm 37 now, so it's like 5, 6 years, something like that.
Brilliant. And did you follow a Couch to 5K plan, or did you just do? I don't know if it'd been around then. Did you just keep?
Yeah, I didn't do the official one, but I just there was like a rock that I was determined to get to up the hill, and I could run that far, and then there was another rock, and I was going to get to the next rock, and so just like little bits at a time, run walk. Yeah
And it's always been a kind of about that personal challenge for you running.
I guess I don't know, I just kind of stumbled into it. I lost a massive amount of weight at one point, and as part of that I was like, how can I burn more calories so that I can eat cake? and running is a really good way of doing that. So as a kind of reluctant, like, maybe this is worth it. But then, of course, that wouldn't last if it was a sort of thing that you were pushing yourself to do. You do kind of become addicted, don't you? And then pretty soon it was the way that I could actually spend time on myself and have a bit of a break and feel really good without eating cake necessarily. Although that's always still a bonus.
It's nice. It is a nice balancer.
Yeah.
And so you started off from zero, got yourself up to 5K, and then did you start taking? So obviously I met you at the running club. Did you start then racing, or what got you into that side of things, into the actual racing world?
To be honest, my husband was in the running club, and I mean that was a real like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to like this guy. He's running. It was a total different world to me, but they were all really good fun and good company, and so I was like, oh, but I'm not good enough to do the running. Like, I love going to the pub with everybody, but I couldn't really join them for the run. And it was quite an incentive to try and be good enough to join in. And I remember I went to a wedding, and they had like a race in the morning, and there was a prize for the first person in the running club, but also a prize for the first person who was not in the running club, which should have been me.
Right.
They were like, oh, we just thought you were in the running club. And I was so flattered. I was like, oh, I'm included.
I've been taken into the fold. So was that, I mean, I would imagine that was all boundaries you put on yourself. It wasn't the club saying that you weren't fast enough. It was you saying.
Oh, no, I mean, I think I had really low self-esteem, especially to do with sport, because it just had been a horrible experience as part of my life, as a kind of...
As it is for so many. But no, I'm glad to hear that it wasn't the club that was saying that, because I'd like to think that I've been member of, over the years, I've been member of 3 different clubs, one in London and then one up in Fife, and then moved over to Edinburgh. And everyone is, each one has just been so inclusive, and it's not about your speed, and it isn't about, how fast you are. It's just about a genuine communal love of running. So yeah, I'm glad it wasn't.
This is the thing. Like, runners are lovely, and also it's not a team sport. So in fact, nobody cares how fast you are.
It's true.
They only care how fast they are.
That's right.
Even then, sometimes they don't even care how fast they are. They're just enjoying themselves to be out running. And so I don't know why I have those hang-ups, and I've been trying to get rid of them as I go, because they're no use to anybody, are they? But it's definitely something that a lot of people perhaps can relate to.
Yeah, I know. I think when I've spoken certainly to other non-club runners, their reaction is that, I'm not fast enough. And I go, it's not. Yeah, and we have this exact conversation. It's not about that. It's just it's a company on a run. It's structured runs, and I really enjoy racing. I don't know what it is about it, because I don't win anything. I just really, I suppose, because it is such a solo sport, isn't it? That racing is one chance to be part of something in a group or something bigger, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah, I find some, like, even park runs and things when they were on, like, there's something quite emotional about being in a group of people all running together.
Yeah, having that shared experience. Yeah.
And I'm always in the middle. I'm never, I have occasionally been the slowest, and but mostly I'm in the middle, and I'm never the fastest. But yeah, you still run harder than you would run on your own.
Oh, absolutely. It's you against your watch, isn't it? Yeah. And what's your favourite distance now to race, would you say?
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to do, I'm going to try and push it to be a slightly longer run this year. So the longest I did was the Seven Hills run, and I really enjoyed that. So I was wondering the next step up from that might be a Pentland Skyline.
Yeah.
Run, which would be a big challenge.
Which I've yet to do. It's one of my, so it's still up there of something I'd like to do. Is it about 17 miles, that one, I think? Yeah. I'd like to do that. With lots of hills, yeah. And then, would you say you're a morning runner, an evening runner, or just whenever you can fit it in kind of runner?
So if I had the choice, I would go out first thing in the morning, get it done, and feel great for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
But no, it's nice sometimes to go out in the evening or at lunchtime. I mean, basically at the moment, especially in lockdown, it's like the schedule is really tight, and any time that I can escape, I will.
And remind me how old your wee ones are?
2 and 4.
2 and 4. Yeah, that's it's tough going. Yeah.
So we have like a full 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. like who's working when, who's doing a run when, and there's no showering. I don't know when you're supposed to fit that.
And I suppose that's a good thing about having a runner as a partner, though. That they do get it. They get that you have to go out and run that day, and I think it definitely makes a difference having
He's annoyingly like a much better runner than I am, but doesn't actually go out as often as I do. So I feel the need to go like most days, and can quite happily do a couple of times a week, but just run really well. So I've got quantity, not quality kind of vibe going on.
I suppose it's what you want to get out of it. At the moment, I'm going most days, but it's for mental release, isn't it? I've never run every day. But I'm enjoying it just now. I just have to.
Yeah.
And now, where's your favourite place? Do you enjoy trails or hills, or just around the streets where you live? What's your fave?
We're so lucky to live on Holyrood Park, so I'll get the tracks that other people don't necessarily always go to.
Yeah.
To try and find the other paths, and very occasionally I even find a new path that I've never been on before. But I think that's key for me, is like trying to find runs that I've not done and like explore new places, which amazingly, even though you go from your door, you can still find new routes.
I know. I did it last weekend. I've run in Dalmeny Estates so many times, and I still find new routes last weekend. It was kind of like that childlike joy over doing it. It was great.
Yeah.
One last wee question. What would you say is your favorite piece of kit? What's your favorite piece of running kit? So for me, I really enjoy listening to music, so I need to have something that carries my phone, which is my flip belt. What would you say is what you always have with you?
I do have this wee belt that I put my phone in with me, but yeah, I kind of have some really old, just like long black leggings and long black sleeves. I'm like a ninja with kind of black. I feel good in those. I recently got some yak tracks.
I've heard of them. I think they're pretty much sold out at the moment because of all the bad weather, but are they good?
Yeah, that's a revelation in this snow. It's amazing. Yeah, I feel like I can Spider Woman up the side of a hill. It's brilliant. So check them out if they ever come back on sale.
I know if they ever come back in, I will. Yeah, snow again. It's great. Oh, well, listen, Hazel, thank you so much. That was a really interesting chat with you. I got to know more about you and your running. So thank you. I'm going to stop recording now.
Thanks for asking me.